But we'll get it right. We'll get it right eventually. I mean, it's wants to play monkey, doesn't want to play monkey. I think that's kind of the tale of the tape here. Led to Samoa, Blizzard World, Colosseo, New Junk City, and Shambali Monastery. And as fast as everybody ran through bands, nobody accepted lobby invites. We flew through bands. That is the fastest pick band. Oh, here. Well, we can just go back to my ugly mug for a moment. That was like the fastest pick band I've ever seen. And they take their time getting into lobby. Oh, amazing. All right, guys. I've been looking for this one for a while. Since I saw it in the lineup, let's get it on. We are going to see Zeb coming up on the array, so kicking things off. And a smart move. Ooh, an interesting one I should have anticipated on the other side. We saw this exact comp this morning with a Tracer instead of the Genji. But Doomed is here to play. So no lethal in the battlefield. And we are getting all 6 players available in a full strength rock / anomaly. Anomaly rock. Well, the positioning, Doom trying to dash out of there. This tap tried to get first blood with that focusing beam. GG's having to wait back on the outside. Small flank in from tap, but Rock was going to use that as an advantage and try to push forward. Gets a Suzu out and has 2 players caught on the outside, including the Kiri. Tap was able to escape using the flight. Kuffa now dangerous territory. Eyes was still turned on Zeb, who got to about half health. But yeah, that is going to be it for Kuffa. Finally got pushed out of that corner. And first blood finally drawn in this fight. But it is Rock coming up with first control. And Vision coming up with a pair of kills on the back of the fight. Without the Joker Coin here, this composition still has plenty of fighting power, plenty of teeth behind it. Woo! Short text, thank you for the follow. Zama immediately strikes back. The newest addition here to the Citrus roster. Join up, else the lobby. Hey, I'm here to play, y'all. I'm here to play. Sound barrier now out. As Doom going to the back, there's a duplicate from Tap. Man, that was an early DPS ult as far as generation. Continue rush from both sides. Zeb deep in enemy territory. He's able to pick up one already. Has a Terror Surge, lands that Javelin. Sent Doomed out into oblivion and allows for a quick little 3v1 in the corner while Tap was keeping Doomed off the side. Flip comes through. Coming making a swap over to the Zarya. Makes sense. Just kind of helps melt through some of the cooldowns. Negates some of the cooldowns from Orisa, not as useful as they are against the Joker Queen. That is a holy crap move here from Vision. Still going in. Bubble used on to Doom as the blade comes out as well. Sound barrier used to try to thwart this aggression coming out from Citrus Nightmare. Excuse me, from Rock. Once the barrier fades, a patient disengage leads to a vulnerable Zomba. Trying to go to the Genji, but hell, we can take a little Lucio Pop there for a moment. There are Sergio's couple very low, very deleted. Everybody else trying to disengage. Vision is caught out. No, never mind. Vision's elite, taking one with you. Amino trying to speed out Zama there for the follow-up. Make sure this is a nice clean fight win here for Citrus Nightmare as they reclaim control of the objective. Zama hunting along this off angle. Vision swapping over to a Tracer to help Mark. Finds themselves briefly outnumbered. Burns a couple cooldowns, get out. Moves in along the right-hand side. Zama's thinking the same thing. Itsune rush down in the middle will help protect the backline. Zama's just going to try to put a bunch of pressure on a Kuffa instead. Sound barrier out here from Rock as they continue to keep the pressure forward. That pulse bomb will not land. Kuffa still has shields, barriers, and 96 energy to work with. Same can't be said for Zeb. And Jacob evaporates before our eyes. This is going to be Rock picking up round 1. Maybe a chance for a touch here from Zomba. Zomba won't make it.
moving out there. Don't want to give him any easy shots, do we?
I don't know, maybe it's just me. I felt like Rock did a really good job of kind of alternating who was taking the aggro and who was initiating the engagements. It felt like sometime it was, Doom going in super deep. Other times it was Vision on the Venture going in and kind of initiating the fights. Then other times it was Kuffa with either the Junker Queen or then later changing on over to the Zarya. And they were doing a really good job of rotating kind of who was the tip of the spear and taking the aggro. Switching on over to a Ramattra more standard brawl composition, at least as far as a Baph-Lucio backline. And I mean, this is actually, yes, very standard for the Ramattra composition right now. No change out of Citrus Nightmare on the other side. Zeb trying to be the immovable object that is Orisa on this point. Whoops, no. Okay, yes, I wanted tap. Thank you. Actually landed what I wanted. Like getting along the outside. I think they're trying to 2v1 Doom. Meanwhile, Zeb is grabbing a lot of space. That is a very wide off angle for tap. But still down low. He knows exactly where neutral is sitting, exactly where they can sit to get some heals. But tap kind of dueling out against the back to back. Could be a momentary opportunity for advantage over Kuffa. Kuffa just holding strong here already outside. Doom finally draws blood here. And what was a very long opening engagement. First fight going over to Rock. Ooh, Zeb's not going to make it out. Jacob, lucky there wasn't another punch there, but still might get killed by the Doritos. Looks like a little healing of food will top him off. But a very aggressive placement here for Kuffa. Both with their shield and their person. Go over Zomba. Zomba's playing around on this left-hand flank with a pulse bomb. Could open this thing up. All right, never mind. We're going to go back around that side. Got marked. Oh, it's going to be a rotation. The entire rest of the team is going over here, so they flip spaces. Kitsune Rush, I anticipate, will come out from Citrus Nightmare. You see Zomba is way, way back in the back. I think got around Doomed on that outside. But, ooh, Squid with a beautiful positioning on this high ground amplification matrix, and a couple people trying to get up there with it. Sound Barrier will negate that pulse bomb coming out, and a lot of damage going into Zeb will put them in the grave. All four legs coming out from underneath them, and it's brilliant placement on that M matrix up top, enabling Vision, forcing a reaction from the other side and forcing an uncomfortable play rotation there from Citrus. Vision with a 3-piece in that fight. Beans and potatoes. Appreciate it. Rack coming through the follow. Rack Attack. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I got a little excited on that, didn't I? I apologize. Appreciate you being here. All right, Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare once again approaching from this left-hand side. Very quickly, though, Zeb just runs right forward. Tap has come off the Echo onto a Venture as Mr. Butler has been thrown onto the objective. Tap is, once again, off to rotate around. Where are you going? Tap is way back there. All right, it's kind of forced the fight. Zeb moved up to catch up. And I think Rock were asking the same questions I were, kind of looking around behind him and ended up getting swarmed in the meantime, losing some ground with the threat of the Venture. It's a bit of a speculation, but that's kind of what it looked like to me. Either way, it works out, and it's a 99-0 fight win here for Citrus Nightmare. All right, what do we got? Ooh, it's Pulse Bomb for Zomba. Good opener. Zomba is the most aggressive Tracer. Plays really a lot more for map control from what I've seen than Assassinations, but I have very small sample size, so take that with a grain of salt. Cover here with Annihilation in the middle. Once again, a left-hand side rotation. A clockwise rotation out of Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. Kuffa wants to force Zeb back, perhaps out of LOS of the Eels, knowing they're on Kuffa's right at the moment. Pulse Bomb was thrown out. That missed. Tap getting aggressive here at the back. Thought might have an angle here, but not in time to catch anybody on the disengage. Rock, sit back, wait for reinforcements. Vision with a swap over to Afara somewhere in the last 59% of ult charge. Nice direct, lands on Zomba. Will force out an early recall as this engagement just initiates. Kuffa pushing around bottom left. looking for room to work the Annihilation. Can't let Zomba become too much of a distraction. You can't get so distracted by the off angle that you give up the space. We saw that happen once already. Doom is dealing with Zomba in the back. You see that very conservative positioning from Vision as well. Attention now turned on to Zeb. Doom, with a 1v3, misses the pull, so will die off of that back corner. Zeb does not die in the meantime, and a concerned air rush on top of him could be the pressure that Rock's needed. Annihilation finally popped here from Kuffa, and they're going to ignore the race and go straight for the backline, picking up one, but reinforcements are falling. Zeb with similar, if not more, success to take this fight. And it was drawn out enough. It's gone down to a 99-99, and Kuffa finds themselves the lone blue jersey left standing on the point. Doom too far away to touch. We're headed to round 3. Ooh, just making time. Now that was some knowing your perfect distance. Okay, Doom. Okay, Doom. You're gonna get this thing going. Rock is right back in here. Vision had a barrage, but will not get a chance to use it. Doom still dancing around the outside. Eventually pushed away enough where Citrus Nightmare can actually cap. We are indeed headed to that round 3. I almost called it a smidge too early. Yes, a smidge.
Ready for battle.
The auto design of this map is top tier. I want to live in that house. I want to live in that house right there.
4,
Goals.
3, 2, 1.
It doesn't have to be big. Just that I would be so happy with that tiny little hut. All right. You know who else is happy? A Citrus Nightmare after pulling that one back there in round number 2. Segue, 10 out of 10. All right, we're going to go with the Venture Tracer here. Right out of the gate. Ooh. Kuffa finally comfortable enough to pull off the Winston. Finally got the map they wanted here downtown, or here on beach. And this rock composition will work in a lot of separate little parts, but you got to be careful to not get overwhelmed. Kuffa finds themselves inside, not able to jump out, not able to utilize that most important escape. Vision couldn't loop around in time. You see, tried to drop back to provide assistance. That was a mean javelin out from Zeb. And Squid will not make it out of here alive. First cap over to Citrus Nightmare. Jumbo, thank you for the follow. Niana is always a breaking point here for this composition, especially when you don't have the brig. Luke is on the carry and just gets absolutely bullied early. So let's go to some Zeb pop here. I feel like that had to be just a good javelin to catch a Curie out like that. That's nasty. Teams are just trading ult charge. Who doesn't? Aggressive push in from Kuffa. Trying to force a move from the other side. Yeah, Zeb and company are just going to run forward and attack your backline. That was the move. As Rock split in half, they will get the objective, but unfortunately, they've given up a couple of reinforcements to do it. Vision now left in a 1v1 against Zombo, one that you will not win. And Kuffa is forced to run away, so you get 6% out of it, but that's about it. It was a good read from Citrus Nightmare. Moment that Kuffa goes on to the objective, the entire 5 stack just runs forward towards Luke, Vision, and Squid. Kuffa caught inside here, bubble used. Nano thrown on to Kuffa as well, so it's going to be a terror surge into the back, right onto those squishies once again. Squid and Luke Mino fall. Primal Rage has been popped, but Kuffa, an exit pit could be huge, could be just the ticket. The burrow comes up just in time. Kuffa's going to move on to the objective, force what remains of Citrus Nightmare back onto this point, but Zeb does land that javelin. Kuffa doing good just to stay alive. Doom coming in for reinforcements. And there's Luke Mino back with the Suzu. Pulse will land on to Zeb. The Suzu is late. Zeb takes some good damage off of that. Also burned Fortify off of the Orisa. Here we go. Tap with the ultimate. Trying to excavate the rocks right out of the server. This is going to be a 99% fight going in Citrus Nightmare's favor. They're not going to allow Rock out of the small room. Bringing it back after a round 1 loss, Citrus Nightmare will take the map.
Play of the game.
Oh, that sounds like a Zeb play of the game. I'll change its scores and stuff, but oh yeah. That's certainly a Zeb play of the game. Certified. Stamped. Zeb play of the game right there. That was nasty. And there we go. And this was exactly kind of the worry that I posed before this series started. Is in the spots when Kuffa really wants to play that Winston, is that going to work? Is that going to work against Zeb, who is so proficient and so just dead set on the Orisa, no matter the environment, right? Almost no matter the meta. At least in this one. I mean, that's not entirely true, but here, Zeb clearly very comfortable on the Orisa. And when it came down to it, when it came to that matchup, it was, I don't know, is Winston a four-legged creature? I was going to say, Orisa ended up being the better four-legged creature. I mean, yeah, you get the point. Well, let's take a look at some stats while I join this room. I know, they go all, yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
All right, stats for map 1.
Match.
I mean, it's, I'm sure they looked a lot more even going into that round 3, but Beach really went in Citrus's favor once we got into that said tank matchup. So, and I'm from my eye test, that's when deaths kind of started getting away from Rock there, and Citrus really started running away with it. So, but we are headed into Rock's map pick for map number 2.
Ready for battle.
That will be Blizzard World. I think this may be our first look at Blizzard World on stream. It was a King's Row ban. See if I could. Oops, wrong one. It was a King's Row ban from Rock. And then Citrus are just kind of left with Blizzard World and Paradiso. Paradiso is, I suppose, a little bit of a stronger Winston map. So, yeah. That brings us here to a very rainy Blizzard World being seen on stream for the first time for FACEIT League Season 2. Oh, we got a side swap. Let me fix that. Y'all can enjoy a little Kuffa Paw while I do that. Looks like early high ground was gained there from Kuffa. I'm just moving in on right-hand side of point here. Nice bio from Mino. Bio name put Zeb and Jacob into a difficult spot. Looked like Kuffa was trying to pursue that up front while there's a bit of a fight going on in the back between Tap and Zomba. Kuffa peels. Nobody dies. Tap is, way back by spawn. Kuffa is going to jump up. Try to land on neutral. Neutral's able to swift step out. Kuffa continues to rotate, and we're going to get this approach again. Cannot leave your backline split here and allow Zeb free access. Kuffa knows it. They've adjusted, and a big adjustment has been doomed on this Echo. Echo with the flight is able to peel a lot faster. And get in and regroup. Zeb decides to get aggressive onto the back line. I think it's a good adjustment. And then this Focusing Beam melted it through the Javelin spin. Zeb finding himself in a lot of pressure, and now Purple unable to heal with a Nano Boost onto Kuffa. Very fast Nano. Very fast. It's pretty darn fast Nano here in the one tank environment. It's about a 70-second Nano. Get Rock onto this point. Still is a 3v3, but running into a Winston is not easy, even if you have Venture Tracer. Especially if you have the heals here. Whoops, that's not the pop I wanted. Let's give some Ana pop. I want to see. Ooh, that right there. And duplicate now used from Doom as they were low on health. Zama is able to find that kill in the back as I struggle to find the F key. Here to switch to Doom's point of view. Doom almost got that kill, and Zama was able to translocate out. Pulse bomb available. Doom looking for targets. She's going to yeet it down the stairs. We'll find Jacob on the way out, but Neutral emerges with a Kitsune Rush. Speed from the Fox for everybody else coming up that stairwell. Over the top. Doomed is looking to melt somebody. I think that was Squid. Squid! Able to get a kill with a love from... That was Squid's kill, all right? That was Squid's kill with the Glock. Zomba's able to move and find a kill onto Luke Mino with a big help from Zeb on the untouchable Orisa. The unkillable Orisa. I cursed you. I'm sorry. Primal Rage from Kuffa. They had enough of that. Angry Winston moving on to the point, and this has been scrappy. 0.2% from a second tick eventually picked up. Nobody left here. Where's the rest of the team? There you go. Okay. About to say, the only one that died was Zeb, and I was like, where'd they go? Where did they run off to? One of these days I'm gonna get a stream deck and it'll be glorious. Oh, but I picked from Vision. I'm gonna kick things off at a point B, and this is an important pick. See, despite that, this positioning is too important for Citrus Nightmare just to give up for free. So they're trying to invest ultimates here to keep Rock contained, to keep Anomaly pushed back between this, behind this choke, between this archway. Where normally you would disengage, the positioning there is just so strong. It was worth the investment if Citrus Nightmare were able to pull back that 4v5, but no such luck. Resounding hold from the offense, he says questionably. Neutral having to burn a swift step early. Cuffit didn't make. Cuffit intended to land down there to stage for this next nano boost attack. That's exactly what it was. It's going to get the sound barrier out from Jacob, but Jacob's able to move in and punch down Lumino with help with a lot of friends. We have a little bit of swap here onto a Sombra. Meanwhile, back on the point. Zeb trying to melt Vision in the back. The headshots finished the job. This tap came in on the flank, caught them a little flat-footed. Cuffin now just kind of stuck here. Little extra ult charge for Squid. It's not. Squid already had Valk, didn't matter. All right, here we go. Now we're getting a real initiation, and I can't find the right button. Doom duplicating and Orisa working their way in the back. That Valk was used as well as a Kitsune rush from the defense, and this was, again, a push onto the back line the moment the dive tried to come through from the offensive Rock. The bomb is used to kind of split. Only Zeb and Neutral are able to make it through, but it's just Cuffy waiting for him. Squid and Vision are able to... Oh, my goodness. Vision. Squid gets picks. Vision throws into hurt as well. I'm sorry I missed the Glock kill, Squid. I am so sorry. I wish I had that. I wish I had that. I'm mad for missing that. I'm mad at myself. Note to self, don't miss the Glock kill. Rocking the pink Mercy skin. I love the little logo there in the LED. Oh, we're gonna get a swap. All right. So Luke going to Lucio. This is just a lot more reinforcement up front, a lot more forward back opportunities here for the Winston. Aggressive push by Zeb, and Vision immediately taken down on the newly swapped cast, but Guffa is trying to batter out this defense, but it's a relentless assault coming through from Citrus Nightmare, as they're just going to pin Rock back into their spawn with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Doom chasing Zama on the outside. Will get stuck. Nice little blink pulse there from Zama. Come on, give me that pop. Tap has that mega hack, so Zama with a lot of advantage in that small room, as a matter of fact, and everybody is going to come around the outside, which there's the waiting arms of Tap with an EMP ready to go. I believe that caught everyone. Mino dies immediately, quite close to that sound barrier, and it's a pretty clean fight win here for the defense of Citrus Nightmare, utilizing only the EMP. Oh, that javelin was nasty, Zeb. That caught Doomed. Doom moves in and immediately drops a duplicate. Wait, that's Doomed. Running into a Kitsune rush in the backfield. Sees Neutral throw out that Suzu, and we're going to have to wait to see the results. Only a 2-minute pause, though. I'm looking at a hacked Lumino. Squid's already dead. Nano thrown onto Cuffa, but there's no supports left. Oh, Luke DC'd. Oh, unfortunate. 92% to sound barrier, too. Ooh. That is most unfortunate. I'm going to actually make a note of this so I can edit this out of the YouTube VOD. Because I forgot to edit out the last pause I had. I felt bad. Pause, Blizz. Point C. Rock attack. Rock attack! It's similar to a rack attack. You just got a little bit of that OC difference. I don't even know what that means. That didn't even make any sense. It was a close fight, too. Like, Zomba and Jacob were dead. Zeb is super low in this fight as well. Like, if we just cut back to this freeze frame just real quick. It's like, look at the health bars on both sides, and you look up, you're like, well, Squid's down, so there's obviously less sustain here, but Cuff is nanoed. So Cuff has got that damage reduction going on. Luke Mino was hacked, and that's the Luke Mino DC. Like, you can't help but feel, if you have Luke Mino still here, okay, we'll see what happens when this timer runs out. Is Luke Mino playing? Vision's able to pick up one. Vision's able to pick up two. Okay, and despite whatever happened to Luke Mino and losing Squid, who is now swapped over to Kiri, by the way, it does look okay. We've got Luke Mino. We've got Luke Mino with sound barrier. Okay. So it wasn't enough of a DC where they actually got booted from the server. I mean, it was just enough to where their ping spiked. Kuffa's going to try to run back to that Mega. Does not want to have to pop. Ah! Does not want to have to pop that Primal Rage. Move on, trying to track the EMP, or excuse me, trying to track the Sombra. Decides to follow Jacob instead. There's a sound barrier. Ooh, Kuffa wanted to push that one back. There's a pulse bomb in the mix. A lot of Suzu, a lot of flashing on my screen, and when all is said and done, it's Luke Mino back in spawn with 15 seconds to go. Here comes Pursuit. Important exit pick from Jacob. Once more. Wanted that environmental. Zomba will deliver. And now, Kuffa is forced to stick around in a dangerous spot just to make sure that overtime happens at all. Give a chance for Rock to capture a point C. Ends up absolutely cornered. And a Katsune Rush used, unfortunately, there on the back of the point. It was, can't help but feel the pause. Kind of killed the wind in the sails. I mean, it's nobody's fault. It just sucks. But I mean, Squid was already down in that fight. Luke Mino did about what, 40 health, maybe.
Initiating match.
So I'm not sure it would have gone their way, even if there was zero interruption. But can't help but wonder. So good push. Respectable for Blizzard World. I've seen this map not get completed way too many times.
Ready for battle.
Okay, sticking with the Winston. Take a look at the soffits. We can anticipate a high ground defense. Looking at our composition in the top right. I'd keep Vision, put as much poke pressure as they can down on the incoming Citrus Nightmare. Going back over to the Sombra and the Tracer. The Sombra is working around left. Tracer's going over to meet them there. They're most likely going to hack that Mega if they need to and kind of stage from that point. Meanwhile, the other three have looped around kind of underneath Griffin. All right, you're going to push all the way through Mega into the back. Try to take the high ground away from Vision and company. Vision is fully aware, but has to watch on two separate angles. So, Kuffa takes high ground. The rest of Rock are going to drop down low. As Vision is trying to rotate here, but doesn't quite make the rotation. It's Squid that's caught out. Nice speed in from Jacob. Just catches Vision and Squid as they're trying to get in position. Really good read here from Citrus Nightmare. And it's going to be a one and done.
Thanks for the touch-up.
Objective A captured.
Here we throw darts back and forth. Watched a professional dart tournament not too long ago. Man, those players are intense. They get really intense on darts. But you know what? I get really intense on Overwatch, so I get it. I get it. All right, right in the corner. You see, it's much more of a high ground defense setup here for Rock and Kuffa. Falling is like a big cornerstone. Kuffa's like 2 cornerstones of this composition. That was a high flying disengage from Vision. Ooh, and a lot of headshots from Luke. Oh, Zeb and company like, no, never mind. We can't not go up those stairs. That is not a safe place to be. Zomba finds themselves with a Winston right on top of their heads. Does have a pulse bomb ready to go. You're gonna loop up to the high ground. Oh no, you're gonna loop down low. In fact, one of the only one that's not ready is this EMP. Kitsune rush out from the defense. Oh, but Zomba lands a nice stick up on the top. Meanwhile, it is card control with a pair of kills going in Rock's favor, and Doomed is able to land one on Zeb, concluding this fight, solidifying the victory for Rock on this one. First fight win for their defense. Kitsune rush. Force Kuffa out of the small hidey hole. You know they've got to be prepared to retreat back. Looking at Doom to come in on the flank. And how do they use this bob? Are they trying to bait with the bob? Oop, I think it was actually a bait from Citrus Nightmare. Trying to get Kuffa to go into that room. Does manage just to go for the back line as the stones of the Fox are laid down. The Kitsune rush will fade. Bob thrown in towards the court and a bit of a cross with Kuffa. Bob looking to push people, Kuffa looking to push people back into the Bob, not the other way around. As Citrus Nightmare rotate up, start throwing darts down towards Squid direction. Will catch them as they fall. Zeb finally moves back to the cart for a little bit of heal and picks up Luke Mino along the way. It took the scenic route here for Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. Whoops, sorry, y'all. But they're able to get the job done, winning 2 out of 3 fights so far here on their offense. Another good initiation tool ready to go is Citrus Nightmare doing a really good job with their macro right now. They've got this EMP to layer to start this next fight, and that could just be instant death for Kuffa, especially considering... Uh-oh. Well, I was going to say Squid doesn't have that nano ready, but if Squid keeps doing that, they're going to have this nano ready before you know it. Let's check back in on Kuffa's positioning. Kuffa's managed to kind of force back several targets here, and what is a 4-strong Citrus Nightmare? Actually, 3 strong? Where's your 4th? I know you got 1 returning from spawn. There's the Sombra. Okay, that was a Kitsune rush from Lumino. Good disengage here from Citrus Nightmare. All right, Zeb retreating back to the hero's hidey hole. This is their staging point. This is the safe spot here for Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. Cuffus is on the high ground. Is there a safe spot for anybody in the back? There's an EMP out from tap, and immediately Squid is gone. They had the nano boost in their pocket. Is Kuffa able to build up towards the rest of this Vision? Vision returns on a Widowmaker. What? Vision takes Jacob down too. Zeb is low. Oh my, what a shot, what a swap, what a change, what a shot from Vision, what a pair of kills. Gotta love it. Oh, and you just jumped right into the lap. Neutral finally in the 3-kill reign of Vision on the Widowmaker. Fortunately, there was a bit of a C9 there while all that was going on. I was so elated by Vision shooting. Failed to stop the cart, as did Rock. I noticed when I looked at the clock, it just didn't sink in. All right, Kitsune Rush keeps Kuffa in the back. Thought they had a shot on Zeb, but the 4-5 there was still a little bit of it going. We're trying to make use out of this as we get a Sound Barrier Terror Surge combo instead of getting aggressive into the backline. Was an Electric Cowboy on the Vision to try to thwart this Doom with a double kill. Doom's pair here with the Pulse Bomb is just what they needed. It will find Jacob on the exit. That was done and dusted. Neutral still pushing cart forward here, though. He's going to buy a little bit of space, but Doom just saved the day here for Rock. All right, Kuffa swap it over to Orisa for the first time that I've seen here this season. Well, today. AKA today. A couple of DPS ults online. They have been wildly successful, particularly the EMP. Good disengage. Speed was ready. Ooh, Doom is able to catch neutral. Not a good disengage. I thought they made it all out and around this corner, but Doom find neutral. I guess just peeking out a little too far. That was a really important fight, one really important pick here from Rock as we get below the 60-second mark. That's Zomba we're here on the left-hand side. Tap hiding far in the back. With Tap waiting for that EMP, Zomba is facing a 2v1 against Luke and Doomed. Okay, Doomed is finally forced out. Tap is still just hiding here deep, has yet to reveal the location throughout the entirety of this poke phase, and eventually it's the EMP onto Squid combined with the Javelin. It's going to be an instant death. Terror Surge out, blocked by a Kitsune Rush. Excuse me, by a Suzu, coupled with a Kitsune Rush. And that is going to be all she wrote for that fight. I think that's going to be all she wrote for this map. That's going to be Citrus Nightmare moving up to match point. Yeah, I mean, that was a heroic play. Truly a heroic play. And I mean, and it bought a lot of time. It gave him a chance there for that final fight, but it was just, I mean, too many ultimates. Then when you go with the Terror Surge plus the Kitsune Rush, and a Kitsune Rush with an Orisa is just nasty because Orisa's cooldowns are so darn strong. Gold Javelin Spinner is so strong, 4 to 5 for use technical terms, that it's having that back twice as fast is so disruptive. It's so lethal to a back line, no pun intended. That it's just a nasty combo, and I mean a good Suzu in the thick of all that as well. And that was all she wrote. So we are back to Citrus's map pick here for map number 3 as we head into Coliseum. Let me. See, I'm learning my lesson, y'all. I'm going to accept this invite quick, and then we can go look at some stats there from map 2 while this is loading up.
Initiating match.
All right, real close. Real close. Kuffa and Zeb separated by, what, 300 damage total? I mean, it was Zeb who had 3 more deaths. You know, Kuffa was actually able to stay alive a little bit longer through that, stay in the fight a little bit more. But, you know, overall, Citrus are winning a couple more team fights, and that's all you needed. That was just the edge they needed. I mean, really just stopping them on third. It was a good defense all the way through and a really good opening attack for Citrus. So they had enough time to kind of hammer it home there when it was all said and done. But we're headed into Coliseum.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Rock were up 2-0 against TSM, and TSM were able to bring back and take it to a map 5. Now Rock facing another undefeated, strong contender in this region, in this division. This time, they're the ones that have to force a map 5. As, whoops, names are wrong up top. Give me a second to swap that. You're going to get a Ramatra comp out of Kuffa and Rock here. I did not mean to hit that button. I meant to hit that button. There we go. a lot of action going on in the back here. What's going on here? All right. I think Doomed had gotten it deep. You see, Zomba is doing something similar in their own right. That is not Zomba, that's Zomba. Zeb trades their life for Squid here early in the fight. Kava hoping to make good on that, but Zomba comes in for a flank and good focus fire out of Citrus Nightmare. Will give them a +1 advantage. Tracer Jewel on the outside to maintain that advantage. Looks like Doomed is able to run Zomba back to the Megas. Going to loop back around. Tap making it back in was picked late in that. Never mind about the player advantage. That's Holy Mess Day, y'all. It's all right. Oh, look how much work Vision has put in. Really, I mean, Vision and Doom both up to ultimates. Well ahead of Zomba and Tap on the other side. Oh, nice. The Suzu available? Looks like Suzu was available, but that's a good one to get out. Gonna be quicker and go into that pop. It's gonna be a Kitsune rush coming in as Zomba runs forward. Very close to that pulse bomb. Forced to recall very early, but doesn't get the pulse in hand. Vision gonna drop a Deadeye just to try to negate some of the value out of that Kitsune rush. And the stones will fade as everybody from Citrus Nightmare just hides. Amplification Matrix now up, down, low. As Lumino gets the sound barrier off. That was a hairy moment, but it's enough. And as everybody from Rock held their breath, finally the Shields of Victory ring out here for Rock, and they're going to take this fight, running off Zomba and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. Okay, Turtle Shell. All right. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. All right, Zomba coming down to greet Doom with a little hello here in the small building. As Rock around in the corner, here comes Zeb. Gonna drop down, little cart presence. Meanwhile, it's an aggressive push into the back with a sound barrier. Tap leading the charge. Whoop, Tap has to run away now. Scuffle's gonna throw down the Annihilation. Really forces everybody from Citrus Nightmare to kind of rethink their strategy on this approach as the bot moves back out into open territory, and here comes all of Rock with it. Zomba's eventually able to work around the outside long enough to find a kill on Lupino, but are super low. But here comes Zeb, able to double down. Oh, but it goes back the other way. Come on. Come on, y'all. I'm just going to stay in third-person pop. Y'all are just running around these pillars in circles, shooting at each other. Turn into a 2v2. Doom's able to find one. Tap will find revenge for that kill. And Zeb got the better in a couple.
Let's get this barricade moving.
Citrus Nightmare in control of TS1 for the first time as we cross the 6-minute mark. Very aggressive push, using the Kitsune rush, but look, Rock is all in a position to just drop down and rotate through. Zeb is there to greet them with a Terror Surge, picks up one, picks up two. Doom strikes back with their Pulse Bomb, but Zeb is on a tear right now. Zeb has got a third, looping around to see if they can add to their tally. Tap will steal that final blow on the Lupino, but it's another fight win, second in a row here for Citrus Nightmare. Appreciate the follow, Mace, Turtle Shell. Let's go, Citrus. They are close to a 3-0 here. They are very close to a 3-0. Very close to taking a lead here on Colossia at the very least. Stuff is going to drop down. Aid in putting Zomba in check there on that angle. Or that may have actually been Tap. Tap drops their excavation. This team is just scattered to the wind. Look at every pop I go to, they were on 3 different points trying to surround Rock, but Squid and Vision able to keep their heads on a swivel. Neutral finds a little exit pick before they're sent back. Kind of slowing things down a little bit here. Thing as Lupino was the one picked. All right, but Lucio is fast one back at the fight. Lead here for Rock. Only by 444 meters, 444 centimeters. We'll check in on the Tracer Jewel down low. Doom 5% away from Pulse Bomb. Both Tracers didn't feel like they had an advantage that, and they're going to fall back, rotating in. Here comes Doom on the mark, and it is a jockey for position here, just outside of the main hall of Coliseum. Tap is going to go in, which means, you know, Zeb is going to be moving in on the back of that, considering a rush used. Zeb trying to face the Terror Surge, but it's Kuffa who pulls him out first. Second Terror Surge trying to cut through the Sound Bearer on the other side, and it will work. Zomba and Tap moving in, and look at all the assists. Holy cow. Zomba with all 4 players getting assists. That's the kind of teamwork you like to see. Is it enough to grant Citrus the lead? Certainly looks like it. We haven't got nearly enough vision pop today. Let's check out the cast here. Deadeye ready to go. Be a strong power position up top, and that's assuming you don't get overwhelmed first. And look at that. Vision's already dropped down into dangerous territory. Into my parlor, said Citrus Nightmare to the fly. Oh, nice aerial javelin. Sticks Lumino to the wall. Pinned up like a fly. And this is going to be checkpoint picked up. Close spawns grabbed. A flawless fight win. 3 fights in a row here for Citrus Nightmare. Now the lead starts to surmount. Oops, I wanted to go neutral pop. Give me a neutral pop. Everyone tossing Kunai down range. Then with an injury stop over to Ofara. First bit of burst damage, and it's enough to find Zombo, hoping to chase down Tap over the top. Forces them into an awkward position where Vision finds that final blow. Hanging out on this top section, it's just a shooting gallery down onto Zip. Lands the flashbang. There's one. You're going to get the second one. There's the second shot for Vision. Better late than never. Citrus Nightmare finally stopped, but again, not before they got close spawn, so they're going to be able to put up a good fight here. Not going to be a lot of position gained from Rock. Oh, let's take a look at that ultimate. Tap is none of those were tapped. Tap still had a final shot left there. I don't think they were able to use. This Doom was putting a lot of hurt down. Doom did a good pick against the Venture, actually. Venture doesn't have a whole lot of weapons. You can get up in their face a little bit. You know, it's not as bad as a Junkrat. Good double shot will force a recall out of Zomba. Not able to use their pulse just yet. They are coming back in looking for another attack alongside Tap as they loop back around. Considering a rush out for Rock on this point as Doom rains justice from above. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but it's Zeb who is felled on the other side. With Urisa out of the picture, it should be full steam ahead here for Rock. Oh, you tried to escape. Mito's privy to your schemes. Tap swap it over to an Echo. Drop down to put a stop to this cart. Do not want to give up close spawns here with 43 seconds to go, so every kill requires the full walk back. Zeb down low, though, means they've got to give up at least a little bit of space. That pulse is going to land. Suzu perfectly timed. Saved quite a bit of lives there, did Squid. Keeping Rock 5 strong with eyes set on this point. A couple of DPS dropping in on the back of his Tap, and Zomba are hoping for a flank pick out of the gate, but that javelin lands and Zap has to use flight just to get back into safe territory. Recall force out of the back from Lumino as well, and so far Rock has weathered the storm of Citrus dropping in all around them. It's raining Citrus here on the back of Coliseum, and time is not in Rock's favor. Zomba finally able to wear down Doom in the back lines. Once again, both DPS from Citrus here are putting a lot of hurt into Rock as they look to emerge. The Continued Rush finally available online, ready to go, but Kuffa taking a lot of damage as they look to best make use of it. Throw down the Terrorist Surge and will die doing so. Did a lot of damage onto Zeb, but it's not going to be enough. The Suzu, a celebratory flash of victory here for Citrus Nightmare as they 3-0 Rock. Move up to 5-0 on the season. They are the only perfect team left in NA Master. Let's go.
Play of the game.
Try to go toe-to-toe against the Orisa Master. And it's all smiles from Chef Billy. My fellow Orisa enthusiast. Orisa enthusiast. Gotta be all smiles. Seeing Zeb out here top-notch performance, forcing the Orisa Mirror, forcing Rock to kind of play their game, not kind of, to play their game. And it's Citrus coming out on top. I actually expected this match to be a little closer, man. Citrus came out ready to go. With picks on map 1 and map 3, they made good of all of it. Put a stop to the cart there on the back of Blizzard World. And are able to cap there. Let's take a look at how this all went down. Let's take a look at some stats from map number 3. Oh, there's the right button. God. I'll get it together here eventually, friends. I don't know, I probably won't. But it certainly looks like Citrus Nightmare got it together. Oh, I mean, really close. Once again, I mean, and it was Rock who held the lead for the vast majority of that map. And felt like they were in control of the pace of it and really kind of controlling when the engagements were happening and the disengages as well. But as it went on, Citrus Nightmare, I mean, just wrestled it away in that one team fight in the middle, put together 2 back-to-back team fights, and never let go control, never let go of the lead from there. And it's I guess it's not who laughs first, it's who laughs last. I don't know, something like that. Citrus got the last laugh. That's for darn sure. And it's a 3-0 in their favor. Let me put that third point up for him. Oh. And there's 3 points on the board. Signaling the end of the series and our stream today. But you know what? Thank you so much for everybody coming to hang out. As always, really appreciate it. From new friends and old friends alike. Thank you so much. Maeve coming through with a follow. Thank you. Pleasure to have you here. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support from everybody. I should probably move my alert box is like enormous. Oh, like we could probably move that to where it's not right in the middle of my face. But anyway, that's beside the point. All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I will be back tomorrow with another doubleheader. We've got Al-Qadisiyah taking on Good Guys for EMEA matchup. That one's at 2 Eastern. Then we're returning back here at 8 Eastern tomorrow night for another NA Master matchup between Team Z and Fluffy Gamers. So a lot more Season 2 FACEIT League action coming your way. And I will see you right back here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, first thing tomorrow. All right, friends. Thank you so much for the support. Y'all have a good one.